Now, more updates, if we can bring that to our viewers, that in a major setback now, as we said, that both cities of Jalalabad and Mazar-e-Sharif have fallen to the Taliban in quick succession. In fact, in less than 12 hours, that both these developments actually took place, which makes it very difficult for the Afghanistan government, which only has Kabul as a major city and stronghold in the country. With this, around 25 out of 34 provincial capitals have in fact fallen to the Taliban in the country, and that makes it over 70% of the country under Taliban stronghold. Now, the Ashraf, as we said, that the president has in fact been preparing a team to carry out negotiations with the Taliban. Meanwhile, Qatar has called upon Taliban to adopt a ceasefire. Remember that Doha has been facilitating on and off meetings between the Taliban insurgents and Afghan government for months. Let me go across to Srinjoy Chaudhary, Times Network's National Affairs Editor. Srinjoy, so if you could just put this in perspective now. Jalalabad gone, Mazar-e-Sharif gone, both captured by Taliban. Kabul is the only major city left with the Afghanistan government. What exactly are you picking up? This is very, very difficult circumstances for the Afghanistan government, although they are continuing with the talks and hoping for further negotiations.
Well, diplomacy is the only way out now, because the Taliban has moved quickly and moved in a way that the Afghan forces have been completely overshadowed. And the point is that there is now a lot of reporting about the fact that the Afghan soldiers were poorly paid, they were not fed properly, they didn't have ammunition or enough ammunition, and the only people who did all the fighting were the commandos and some of the soldiers of the intelligence agencies. Now, that's only a very small section of the entire national security forces who had the weapons, who had the ammunition. It was even artillery ammunition was given to them, flown in. It also had all the necessary air support. And yet, there has been a sort of a wilting away of the Afghan forces. Now, diplomacy is perhaps the only way out. The commandos, Afghan commandos, have fought very well. Others have also fought very well. But now, at the gates of Kabul, the Taliban, it's just a matter of time, is what people are saying now.
That's right. We'll have to wait and see, of course. And as we said, that two quick successions in which these two cities have fallen to the Taliban. Srinjoy, if I can just also ask you, as you said, diplomacy is, of course, the only way out. We've also seen that the US has continuously maintained that they feel capable that Afghanistan and the troops that have been trained in Afghanistan will be able to fight back Taliban. Is that what you're also picking up, that some of these major countries like US and UK are still thinking? US is, of course, hoping to complete its full troops pull out by the end of this month. We'll be going back to Srinjoy for more on this, but of course, major developments taking place in Afghanistan even early this morning as both Mazar-e-Sharif and Jalalabad fall to the Taliban. Now, as Taliban draws closer to Kabul, thousands of people are seen fleeing the country. Kabul International Airport is witnessing a huge rush of people scrambling to leave. Afghan Airlines, Ariana and Kam Air have every seat booked for at least the next week. Meanwhile, several countries are rushing to evacuate their citizens from the strife-torn country. America has sent its troops, nearly 3,000 of them, to help in evacuation. Similarly, Germany, Czech Republic, Britain and Canada too have sent their troops to airlift their citizens out of Afghanistan. Meanwhile, life in the city of Herat has resumed under Taliban after the second largest city of Afghanistan was seized earlier this week. Insurgents were seen outside the provincial governor's compound with Taliban flags.